You've got some things working against you with what you're trying to do. All right. Now, I think you're taking the wrong approach for your particular market in having the information you're trying to communicate to your ideal customer be communicated through a video series that's an 8-part video series. Because as we all know, doctors are busy. They know that they're busy. They think they're the busiest people in the world. I don't really see and have never had success with trying to get doctors to watch videos, let alone an 8-video series. They just don't have the time or inclination for it. So you're trying to offer something, when you were selling it and even considering giving it away now, you're trying to offer something that is more than likely not going to be consumed by the person or interested in being consumed by the person, which is why you've had the results that you've had so far. Now, the other thing is that the topic, is one of those topics where, again, as you noted, it's not something that they care about. All right. So when we've got an issue where people don't really care about talking about it, that makes it much, much, much harder to try to promote and sell something, right? It's got to be something that they want. So in this case, it's got to be your hooks and everything have to be all about removing this pain and making them know that they're already, if they haven't reported an embezzlement, they're being embezzled from it right now. Right. So, if I was going to be putting together a landing page and an ad, I would put together, first of all, what I would do is take what's in your 8 videos and I would put that into a PDF and offer it as a guide. And the guide would be these 8 simple controls to stop embezzlement in its tracks. Right. So that would be what I would call the guide. And then on the landing page, I'd have a pre-headline that says something along this line. And I pulled this number out of my hat. I would get the actual statistic, not just use over 80%, get the actual statistic and use the real number. And then we'd want to cite that on the page as well, because you're dealing with doctors. So using generalizations, especially when we're talking about numbers of their own kind in reporting embezzlement, if we're using generalizations, they're going to, you pick that apart because doctors are very picky people, and they're, especially when it comes to specifics like this, okay? So I would put the exact number here, and then it would be like warning, whatever percent of all physicians report embezzlement in their practice. If you haven't reported one yet, chances are you just haven't caught it, okay? Because now, because we got to fight against the, I'm not being embezzled against. Because they're not going to believe that they are, right? So we have to start making them question that. Okay, and then now we're offering a solution. Now you can use these 8 simple controls to stop embezzlement in its tracks. All right, so that would be the headline on the page, and then the guide. You'd have a picture of the guide, and it says 8 simple controls to stop embezzlement in its tracks, and that would be your PDF. And then we'd have more copy around the page where they're registering. You're saying that they're registering to get this PDF that you put together. You talk about your experience and who you are and the people that you've helped with these issues. You can have testimonials on the page. That's where we flesh out the page a lot more. And you make the opt-in all about getting this guide. And then if you're selling consulting on the back end, which it sounds like you mentioned in here, that was where you're kind of moving to that model. Then when they opt in for the guide, you can send them to a thank you page where you got a short video. And you don't have to be on camera. It can add impact if you are. But, you could have a screen capture video then where you make an offer for people to get on a call with you to answer their questions, a quick call. You can even call it a triage call or something like that. That would be language that they would understand, where you can, answer their questions about the 8 different controls and how to, apply them into their business. And then you can transition them from there into, whatever your offer is for working together. You use it as a discovery call to close them. And you can make that offer, and you can have on that page then, a button for them to fill out some more information or request that call, right? So you just make that little offer in that video to basically help them with, what their questions are and how to implement those controls, because that's the next logical step, right? So that would be what I would do in terms of your funnel. I wouldn't try to be offering a video series. I don't think they're going to want to take you up on that. And I would just put all that into a PDF, make your hook around what I just showed you, pre-headline, all that fun stuff, set up a new landing page that offers that. and then set up a thank you page with the offer for your consulting call, drive people to that after they opt in for the guide. All right. So anyone with experience connecting the pixel to a catalog. We can associate the pixel with the catalog for online products and e-commerce store, but don't seem to be tracking the actual products. In the connect to tracking screen in the settings sections, the catalog area, we can connect the pixel, but it continues to say not tracking interactions. All right, so let's go out here. All right. This might be just the basic one here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't deal with that very often, so just trying to find the article on it. Okay, here's the one that I was looking for. It's this article right here is what I've got. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to here. Okay. And then let's see if we got any other questions that are unanswered. Okay, Jason's got one down here. So a question, slow CBO scaling. He started a budget at $100 today with 5 to 10 ad sets. After 3 days, any ad set not performing, I'll kill it, let the CBO stabilize again, then raise budget. Questions, anything inherently wrong with this method? Nope. And if you, yeah, and that one method that I showed was just one, that was an aggressive scaling method. So that was meant to be a rapid scale method. We're actually seeing really good results with scaling the campaign budgets at the normal 20%, every day or every 3 days, depending on how it performs. So just like we would do with the ad set budgets, but that's exactly how we're doing that, bud. So we'll go ahead and say, see today's live. And we also added some videos into the units that actually go over this method, several methods for CBO scaling. Let's just see if there's anything else outstanding. Let's see here. Casey's got some more questions in here. Trying to show our specialty in addressing andropause to hit root cause, weight loss in men. Okay, I might say how men 40 plus get lean and cut, something along those lines. Because then we're not talking about body fat specifically, but it implies that. All right. Cool. All right, Peter's got another question here about the Guru funnel models. Yeah, I mean that is an old course which is just for reference only with the video. We don't have any example links in there anymore, fortunately. All right, and then I think we are good. Yep, perfect. All right, to the victor belong the spoils. This is Jason.